Assalamu alaikum. My name is Faisal, and I'll be introducing you to the lupus disease. Basically, it is an autoimmune disease, which means that the immune system mistakes the body's tissue as foreign invaders and it attacks them. Some people with lupus suffer only minorly, whilst others suffer lifelong disability. It affects people of African, Asian, or Native American descent 2 to 3 times more, as often as it affects whites. 9 out of 10 people with lupus are women. It usually strikes in between the age 15 and 44, although it can occur in older individuals. There are 2 types of lupus: discoid lupus erythematosus (DLE) and systemic lupus erythematosus (SLE). DLE mainly affects the skin that is exposed to sunlight and doesn't typically affect vital internal organs. SLE, however, is more serious and it affects the skin and other vital organs. Aside from the visible effects from systemic lupus, the disease may also inflame and or damage the connective tissue in the joints, muscles, skin, along with the membrane surrounding or within the lungs, heart, kidneys, and the brain. The feelings which are associated with lupus can have multiple causes, including outward effects of the disease or its treatment, such as facial rash or weight gain. It could affect a person's work and activity, and by limiting it, it causes pain, fatigue, and other physical symptoms. There's also social isolation included, which leads to depression because a person cannot manage their energy throughout the day. Also, it leads to uncertainty about the future, because having a chronic, unpredictable disease can cause uncertainty and anxiety. It also makes it difficult with family relationships because one's immune system and energy is slowed down. Because it's Mental Awareness Day, it's also linked to mental effects such as cognitive dysfunction, because it leads to a person becoming forgetful and it leads to difficulty thinking. So it leads to a person becoming fuzzy-headed. It causes depression and anxiety once again, and mood swings and personality changes. So basically, here's a case study of my auntie. She was diagnosed when she was 17, but she had symptoms of it when she was 12. But she basically kept on working throughout her life and doing the things she liked and kept herself occupied. I believe personally that it's important to recognise people's achievements and success, because it gives them more confidence in themselves, no matter what they are going through. So some of her successes were, as a teenager, she looked after her siblings and external family. She passed away when she was 46 years old. At that time, she was the first Asian woman to drive in Peterborough, which was clearly frowned upon. She became a teaching assistant. She worked in community development as a worker for Asian women, despite the challenges as a role for Asian women at that time. She worked also as a housing officer, and she also worked in the NHS. A legacy I personally learned from my aunt is always to give out love regardless. She was suffering herself, but she gave back to society by working in the NHS. Some other tips are to learn stress management techniques. So you can have spiritual or physical stress management techniques, because the disease is chronic and stressful. You can learn this off mental professionals or spiritual leaders or talks or whatever you find is beneficial to you. As a Muslim, preferably prayer or recitation of the Quran. On the other hand, you could also do activities which you enjoy. Lupus limits some activities, but it could allow you to do painting or reading or anything that you find beneficial. It is also very important to seek support. This is not only limited to lupus, but when you are feeling down, talk with a trusted friend or anyone that inspires you. One quote I found was that finding people who understand what you're talking about and going through makes all the difference in the world. Lupus patients, along with others, can obtain real benefit by liaising with others and discussing shared problems and experiences. My auntie had her neighbour, who was also her best friend, who suffered from lupus. You also have to appreciate yourself. Although you may have lupus, you are likely to have many. You have other things which are beneficial. So, like, you have talents. You could probably have. You probably have a friendly smile, or love cooking. Don't make the disease the focus of your life. Focus on your talents, abilities, and your strengths. So yeah, that's a quick summary that I've got for you. I'll probably have run over time, but yeah, I hope this could benefit somebody out there. Thank you very much. Assalamu alaikum. Peace be upon you. I'll pray for the best of your health, and yeah, that's about it.